Okay, so I had somebody ask a couple weeks ago about hand fighting, tying up on the feet for grappling and jiu-jitsu, and then last week I had somebody ask about sprawling for jiu-jitsu, and I thought that those ideas combine together really nicely. So I'm going to go over all three of them. When we're tying up with our partner, we're both in a good grappling stance here. I want to be proactive. I don't want to wait and see what he does and react to him. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a 2-on-1 wrist grip and then a 2-on-1 wrist grip. This is a great option if you're new to grappling. Maybe you don't even like takedowns. That's okay. I can use this 2-on-1 grip to make a connection with my partner. I can sit to guard and I can start attacking. All right. So we have that option right there. I also can use this to set up a lot of different options. I can set up my leg attacks. I can set up a snap down here. I can set up a go behind, right behind him. A lot of options from that 2-on-1 grip. All right. I can also tie up with him. I like tying up with my rear hand on the collar tie, and I'll bring my hand up and around almost towards his ear with my elbow at about his collarbone, and then I'll get my tricep grip or wrist grip right here with my lead hand. All right, so that's a good tie-up. I have a lot of options there. There's a lot of options. You can see online from a lot of black belts, a lot of instructors that are much more experienced than me. They'll have a lot of options here from that. So I have that. That is great as well. When I'm defensive, if you saw the video I posted last week about just stance and movement, there's 3 lines of defense: my forehead, my forearms and elbows, and my hips. All right. So if he wants to shoot, he needs to get past those. So if I'm tying up here like this, my forehead and my arms are in the way. That's gonna be hard for him. He's gonna have to deal with that before he shoots. Now let's say he does do that, just clear out, and he shoots. I still have my hips, and that's where the sprawl comes in. All right. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna spin around a little bit just so you can see it a little bit better. I'm going to sprawl by putting my weight from my hip onto his shoulders by kicking my legs back. I don't want to go down on my knees, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit, why you don't want to go down on your knees, but I want my weight on my hips, not my knees. All right. If I need to, I will also put my hand or my arm on the back of his head to press his head down. If he wants to drive through me, I want to put him straight down to the mat. All right, so I'm going to have the leg that he has, I want laces down. That's going to make that hip that much heavier. And I'll put this foot out to almost like a tripod to stabilize him. Really simple here. There's a lot of options I can do, but very simple beginner's option. I can put my hands on his hips to help slide away and break that grip on my leg, and then I can spin to turtle to control him. That's a really good option if you're new to jiu-jitsu. So, again, he's going to shoot on me right here, and I want to keep that hip right on his shoulder. All right, I want to put his head down, and I sprawl back. Now, when I mentioned about not putting your weight on your knees, big mistake. I've made this, and I've seen a lot of other people make this too, is they get right here, and then instead of making their partner carry their weight, they put their knees on the mat, and their partner's able to collapse their legs and finish the takedown. All right, so you don't want to do that. Just taking the weight off your partner, put your weight on your partner is what's keeping them from finishing that takedown. You want to you're pressing them down into the mat with your hips. All right, so when I press down and I'm able to break this grip right here, spin behind to turtle, I'm able to stop him getting taken down and maybe use that to create my own offense. All right.